In order to live an extraordinary and abundant life, you must focus on your internal battle and win within. My name is Randy Wilson, and welcome to the Rich Mind Podcast. Hello, and welcome back to the Rich Mind Podcast. Today, let's talk about a major limiting belief. This will be something today where we all have these same discussions in our own mind. And when we have these discussions, the ability to take control of these ideas is going to be crucial for you to achieve the success that you're looking for in your life. And that subject goes along with time and time management. So one thing that was expressed to me early in my journey when I was learning about success and what do I need to do to accomplish big things in my life was the concept of obviously being able to manage your time effectively. One question that was posed in a program that I was listening to is that successful people have 24 hours in a day, and unsuccessful people have the same 24 hours in a day. And they posed that as a question, and it's an obvious thing to pay attention to, but the thing is, and the question that then he posed after making that statement was, what's the difference between somebody that achieves great things in their life with 24 hours in a day and someone that doesn't quite live up to their expectations or live up to their full potential? What's the difference between the person that does and the person that doesn't? And I want to throw in my thoughts today as to what that has been for me and what maybe it might be for you. And then I want to give you some tips and some ideas of how you can take this concept of time and time management and turn it into a positive thing that you can use moving forward to accomplish your goals here in the new year or any other time that you're listening to this episode. So first off, I want to encourage you, don't fall into the I don't have time trap. It's a trap. We all have the same amount of time. We might have all different things that we need to get done, right? But at the same time, we do have the same amount of a 24-hour period as anybody. And so don't fall into that trap of saying that you don't have time or you can't do this. In the previous episode, I talked about limiting beliefs. When anytime you're using the words can't, don't, won't, shouldn't, those are limiting beliefs. And you need to, number one, understand that they're happening, right? Understand that you're saying those things, whether it's out loud or to yourself, and take control of that internal dialogue. And when you do that, you're going to be able to start thinking through how can you be more productive with the time that you've been given? What do you need to do in a specific time frame to be able to accomplish these big goals? My argument, and what's been the truth for myself, is that when I don't have focus, then I usually do not accomplish and I get distracted. And so then I lose the amount of time that I have to get things done. Creating this podcast is a perfect example. I need to set aside time each week to record, and then I have some editing, I have some audios and some visuals to create. There's things that need to get done each week to create this podcast that you're listening to today. That if I don't focus my energy, my time into getting those things done, it can easily just blow right by. I can easily not have the time or make the time to get this done. But this is very important to me. To get this project each week done for you, the listener, is very, very important to me. So that's where I would like to start with, is what do you really want? I talk about in my 6 steps as far as the goal setting process. The first step is to your desire. What is it that you truly want? So for me, I'll keep using this podcast as an example. I want to create the most valuable podcast that I possibly can, right? So I want to be in the right mindset. I want to have some notes ready to go so that way I can refer to them as we begin the process. But the focus and the desire to do that is going to then drive me to manage my time wisely so that way I can get these things done in a timely manner. So if you're struggling with time, if you don't feel like you have time, my argument for you today would be that you maybe don't have enough focus. You're not really moving towards something that you want very badly. When I made the decision that I was going to leave the W-2 world, I knew And I had that burning desire inside of me that I was not going to be and let someone dictate my life anymore moving forward. Now I did, and I wasn't able to quit and move away immediately. But what that did is that channeled my focus, that channeled my intention to go to work, right? I had no distractions. I knew exactly what I wanted, and I knew exactly how I was going to get there, and I put in the effort. So check yourself with your focus and your desire. I would say that once you find those things, then you will be able to find the time to accomplish the big goals that you have in your life. So make sure that you're eliminating any distractions. As I mentioned, distractions are tough these days. In my growing up time frame, I can remember back when we didn't have the media, the technology that we do today. And it's interesting to watch folks, including my own family. They'll get distracted. They'll be stuck on their phone and not necessarily doing anything, just being entertained. I mean, I can't say that I don't do that either, and I do. But I feel like I have a lot of times I have more control over it than most, meaning I realize when I'm kind of stuck in that moment, I have the ability to turn it off and get focused on what I need to do, which is going to allow me then to have more productivity with the time that I've been given. So that would be another step. Take control of your procrastination. Take control of the distractions that you have in your life and simply turn them off. Or at least have the ability to catch yourself when you're in those moments and stop it or reduce it as quickly as you possibly can. So today, here are a few steps that you can take that could possibly help you with your time management if you feel like you don't have enough time to accomplish the goals that you want. I've already covered the focus piece and the desire piece. Start there. And once you have those, let's move into a few more. So you can always track your time, right? You can always pay attention to what you're doing at particular times of the day. Most of us as humans, we are in a routine. We are in a rut. We do the same things over and over and over. And my encouragement to you today would be to, number one, recognize what those routines are and then change them as necessary. Are there things that you need to eliminate? Are there things that you need to add in? Focus on, and while you're journaling today, think about what are some routines that need to be replaced. And what are those routines that you can add in that's going to increase your productivity moving forward? You can eliminate time wasters. So time wasters can be social media, watching endless amounts of television. I know that with the streaming devices these days or the streaming content, I mean, you can really get lost for hours and days. And I've done it too. I'm not saying that I don't, because I do. But what I would encourage you to do is notice when those things are happening and try to eliminate or at least reduce those things as much as you possibly can. Every minute, every second that you're spending doing those time wasters is taking you away from achieving the goals and accomplishments that you want to have for your life. Another step would be to delegate or outsource. So you can try to, if you have the means to doing so, to delegate some of the tasks. For example, around our house, I don't have a problem picking up around the house, right? Doing the dishes, cleaning the kitchen, sweeping the floors. So what I do for my wife is I tell her, because she hates doing it. So what she does is she procrastinates. She won't do it. And so things pile up and then it becomes just a big ordeal. So then it just becomes a big time waster. So what I've done for her with simple things like this is I just flat out tell her, I'll take care of these things. Don't worry about them. You do what you need to do. You go be who you need to be. Spend your time being as productive as you possibly can. What I do with these times when I'm out there doing and working and that type of thing, I've got earbuds in my ears and I'm always consuming content. I'm always learning. I'm trying to figure out the next best thing that I can learn for myself that I can then to apply, get some results. And then as I get the results, I'm going to share them with you here on this podcast. So spend your time wisely. And that's what I do. While I'm working, while I'm physically doing some things that I don't necessarily need my mind for, I'm consuming content. But we've delegated those resources and we've outsourced, my wife has outsourced those activities to me, which has allowed her then to achieve and do the things that she needs to do in her business and in her life. So focus on that. That delegation piece, I think, could be very crucial moving forward. And then you can also just schedule your freedom time. So if you're going to have your mind-numbing time when you're just going to be wasting, and wasting is maybe a little bit of a harsh word. If you're going to be spending some time doing some activities that may not be as productive as others, try to schedule it. Some folks are really particular about putting things on their calendar, and that might be a simple activity that you can do starting today. Schedule the time that you're going to use to flip through the social media. Schedule time where you're going to watch certain movies. But then once that time is up, once your schedule is on point to be able to do the activities that you need to do, that you should do, that's going to bring you closer to your goals and your ambitions in life, end it when it's over, when your schedule time is up. And that will, number one, allow you then to feel like you're still being able to participate and do the things that you feel like you want to do. But at the same time, then you're going to have the schedule and you're going to have the focus and you're going to have the discipline to get busy and do the things that you need to do moving forward. So folks, I hope you found this episode valuable today. These are the things that I've been able to implement into my life, and time management has been crucial to achieving the goals and the results that I'm looking for in my life. And so if you're having any struggles at all with you can't, or you don't have enough time, or you're not sure where to begin, I would challenge you to rewind this episode and go back through the exercises that I've even expressed through this episode today. Start with your focus. Start with your desire. Start there, and the other activities will fall into place, and then you're soon going to be able to achieve greater things moving forward in your life. So go out there, have a fantastic day. I look forward to coming back to you again very soon with another episode. And until then, bye now. Thank you for joining me on the Rich Mind Podcast. And remember, your external world is a reflection of what's going on inside of you. So focus every day on that internal battle and win within. Until next time, my friends.